I'm here back with another Splinterlands video. So there was, as I watched back some of the Splinterfest content, and Dwayne Cunningham, Infidel, actually made a video on this as well, and it got me thinking about the idea of burning Chaos Legion packs. It was mentioned at Splinterfest. He played back some of the video. I'm not going to do that, so if you want to listen for yourselves, go check out his video on it, and then come back here if you want my take. Well, yeah, basically the question was, for the Splinterlands cycle to work as it's intended, there typically needs to be a bit of a breather in between main sets. So basically there's a period of time where packs, main set packs, so Chaos Legion, Untamed, Alpha, Beta, etc., those packs aren't available. And what that does is that allows supply of cards in the market to stop, increasing, the market to stop being flooded with cards. The people who it rewards, the people who are already playing the game, right? So we saw a big pump in Untamed cards as in between the period between Untamed and Chaos Legion. There was a time where there was absolutely no packs available for sale, and the cards on the market were the cards on the market. So as people came in and bought up cards, they weren't being sort of replenished quickly with supply from people opening the Chaos Legion packs. That's a very important period, right? It rewards the people who have been here, who have been playing, with, sizable appreciation over a couple months, right? In which case, that was a big period for me. I'm able to sell some of my cards that run up. I then, sit on DEC, I sit on SPS, and then when the next set comes out, like Chaos Legion, I was able to go all in, right? I was able to buy a ton of Chaos Legion packs to the point where I now have a, almost maxed out Chaos Legion deck. And without that run up in card prices, without me being able to take some profits off the table, I wouldn't have been able to reinvest that money back into Chaos Legion. We've seen that a little bit more recently where they're releasing a ton of stuff at once, right? We've had Rooney, we've had Rift Watchers, we've had Tower Defense, we're about to have Genesis League Soccer. We're going to get an airdrop for that, so maybe some assets coming in, but for the most part, there's been a lot of things to purchase. And, this Splinterlands community might be out of dry powder, right? Cards have ticked up a little bit over the previous weeks, but we haven't had this cool-off period with no incoming supply for, to really see the mechanisms of what makes the Splinterlands economy so great, which is that cards are effectively burned as they're combined, which decreases the supply. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen those mechanics come into play whatsoever. Because, we're in the process of selling out Chaos Legion. And if we go to check out the shop, I think post Yasic, we basically just hit a wall. Yeah. We've only sold 100,000 packs since Yasic. And now they're doing some things to try to speed this up, right? I think tomorrow is the day they're giving massive bulk discounts, I think designed to get, any guilds or some mega whales that might want to come in the game and help, expedite the Chaos Legion pack sellout process. That hits tomorrow. So I wonder if we're going to see a big uptick in packs that goes tomorrow. But Aggroed in that video talked a little bit about, and Matt as well, talked a little bit about the cycle of Splinterlands. And the idea is they launch a major set. That major set, they're going to try to pick the amount of packs to sell out in 9 months. Okay? In 9 months, that the packs sell out or the remaining get burned. Right? So it's a 9-month period where these packs are available. Maybe they sell it beforehand. If they don't, The number of packs will just be smaller than they intended. There will then be a 3-month cool-off period, as I'm talking about, where no packs will be available. And during that time, that's when you'd be expected to see some card appreciation as more people come into the game, more people will combine cards, and the overall supply just gets squeezed. Seems like a no-brainer for those playing the game, right? There are some downsides, for sure. The main one I can see is the biggest thing with having these pack releases going on is that it keeps cards relatively cheap for newer players coming into the game, right? So if you're a new player looking to play right now, and there's this huge supply of cards, right? We're 66% of the way done, but there's still 5 million Chaos packs that need to be sold and opened, assuming none of these are burned. And that's good, right? Like, I was coming in towards the end of Untamed, and I was able to buy some cards at what ended up being a relatively cheap price because I was coming into the game before they had sold out. You know, my timing was extremely lucky, and it was very fortunate. But yeah, anyone coming into the game would want these pack sales to go on because that increase of supply of cards that's coming in is going to keep prices low for you to be able to build a deck and be ready for that next 3-month period of no packs to see some card appreciation. So where do I stand on this? In terms of Chaos Legion, it's a little tricky. So moving forward, if they want to set the standard that, 9 months date to sell out or packs are burned, I'm all for that. We have that expectation. And they also have this window then where they can focus their marketing efforts while there's packs to sell, while there's cheap cards on the market, right? So they'll have this 9-month period where they know there will be a supply, certain cards will be cheap, there will be packs flowing, and they can really push new players to enter the game. Then, in the 3 months where there's no packs, they can start to focus a little bit on more gameplay stuff, right? Like maybe that's when they focus on the gameplay improvements. They do big overhauls or things like that during the period where, it might not be super advantageous for a new player to come into the game at that moment because card prices are, rising or have risen right before a new set drops. But it would just break out the calendar in a more predictable way that I think would be advantageous for everyone who's playing. But for Chaos Legion, I think it's a little trickier. Did they put out too many packs? Maybe, and that could be part of their math, right? Like maybe they go back to the drawing board and they say, you know what, the right number should have been 12 million. And maybe they burned 3 million packs. I sort of trust them to make that decision. I think I would lean towards being pro burning some packs. And most of that is because I think it was difficult to anticipate this bear market, right? And I think that's part of it. If we're in different market conditions right now, I think we're looking at a much different Chaos Legion landscape, and that's really no one's fault, right? So for that reason, I think, if this were ever to come to an SPS vote, I would vote for it. I think I would vote for a burning of some level of packs. I don't know what the right number is. I would trust them to sort of do that math. And yeah, the main reason is because, just general market conditions, right? I don't think there's enough money in crypto right now because of prices haven't fallen to support this pack number potentially, at least in the time frame where we're still going to get 3 months until Rebellion, which I think is very important for how Splinterlands economy is supposed to function, and how sort of the card cycle is supposed to go. And understanding that card cycle is really important. It's something I'm realizing and something I've been able to take advantage of as more and more cards come out. So something you should be thinking about. All right, I'm going to stop it there. I just wanted to touch on, maybe you haven't heard that they could potentially be burning packs. Certainly an interesting idea, something I would support, would likely lead to an appreciation of cards. might make it a little difficult for new players to come into the game, but that's kind of the balance. So, you can have your own opinions. If you enjoyed this content, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. And let me know your opinion on Burning Packs down below in the comments. I'm always love learning more and hearing from you guys. You shape how I think about this game just as much as I hopefully shape how you think about this game. So, have a great day. I will talk to you soon and see you around the game.